notice there's not a big monitor out here on the floor tonight. I'm wearing some in-ear monitors, and so I'm hearing some strange kind of noises that I'm not used to hearing when I'm doing one of these concerts, but it's a heck of a lot better than having to listen to that monitor and to have you have to trip over that monitor all the time. Frank entered the 1960s just the way he had left the 1950s, on top of the world. His first album of the decade was entitled Nice and Easy. It topped the charts in every market, but Frank grew tired of Capitol Records and people telling him what to do. He didn't like people telling him what to do. He said, I'll start my own record company, and he did. It was called Reprise Records, and it was a huge success. He also had a TV show, and that was a very popular show. It was sponsored by Timex. Remember that? And in 1960, he ended the first season of that show. It was a time of rock and roll, and Frank hated rock and roll. But on this particular night, he blew out the TV charts because he had as his guest a young man who just returned from the military service named Elvis Presley. Now, Frank didn't like Elvis. In fact, he had said many disparaging things about Elvis and Elvis's music. But Elvis, being ever the Southern gentleman, said with a smile, Mr. Sinatra is a great singer, a great actor. Later on, Elvis and Frank became good friends. Let's see, Elvis recorded My Way, which was Frank's song, we'll get to after a while, and did it in many of his later shows in Las Vegas. Frank actually recorded Love Me Tender, which was Elvis's very first song, one of many that Frank recorded. This next song is from 1954 from a movie called Young at Heart. And this is going to be, we're going to do something a little different here. This is your chance to be a participant in this particular song. This is a song about a young man who falls in love and thinks that it's going to be forever, but it only lasts a few short weeks when she dumps him. And as would happen every once in a while, he decided to look for solace in the bottom of a whiskey bottle. And he drank himself into a stupor. And very late at night, early in the morning actually, he came to, found himself all alone in his apartment. And he hated being alone, and he hated being sober. And so he went out and started looking for company. He started walking the streets, and he found a little light that said bar, and underneath it said open. Donald, you want to do something with the lights for us? So he walked in the bar, which was kind of dimly lit, and he realized that he was the only person there, just he and the bartender. So tonight, I'll be the young man, and you'll all be the bartender. Here's one for my baby. It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. I've got a little story you ought to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. So make it one for my baby, one more for the road. I know the routine. Just drop another nickel in the machine. I'm feeling so sad. I wish you'd make that music both pretty and sad. Well, I could tell you a lot, but you've got to be true to your code. So make it one for my baby, one more for the road. Well, you'd never know it, but buddy, I'm a kind of a poet. I've got a lot of things to say. And when I'm gloomy, you simply gotta listen to me till it's all talked away. Well, that's how it goes. And Joe, I know you're getting anxious to close. Well, thanks for the cheer. I hope you didn't mind my bending your ear. But this torch that I found, it must be drowned, or it soon might explode. So make it one for my baby, one more for the road. Make it one for my baby, one more